Hello class and welcome to week 5. It's hard to believe that we're already halfway through our course. This week we're going to be looking at trauma and stressor related disorders, and you have a fascinating case of a woman named Sarah. Often what you're going to see this week is what you see in the field. You're going to receive a client who comes to you with a diagnosis. And so your assignments this week ask you to do what you might do out in the field. One of your journal assignments asks you to justify the diagnosis that the client already presents with. Then your discussion post that's going to be due Thursday actually asks you to imagine that you disagreed with the diagnosis. And so you're going to be giving her a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder. What I like about your assignments this week is that, and many of you have already seen this with Amelia, oftentimes different diagnoses, different symptoms that a client can present can fit a number of diagnoses. And so it's important to always, and I've been pointing this out to many of you, to look at the differential diagnosis section in the DSM. And if you're still unsure, hopefully you have a little bit of time where you don't have to rush to make a diagnosis. If you do have to make a diagnosis, you can make a diagnosis and then maybe list the diagnoses that you're ruling out or that you want to consider in the future. So this week you have a little bit of fun with that with Sarah. You also have a journal entry where you talk about trauma and stressor related disorders. Your quote from the week comes from the book, The Body Keeps the Score. It's not a novel, it's nonfiction. And the picture is in the announcement. Many of you might recall from your residency experience, Dr. Frank Hudspeth talked about the brain and trauma. And a lot of what he discussed in his presentation came from research from Bessel van der Kolk, who's actually based out of Boston, which is an hour from here for all of you geography geeks like myself. However, Bessel talks about trauma in the body. Oftentimes we see individuals who might present as very calm, or even people who are faced with their abuser. Outwardly, you might not even know that the person is having physiological issues on the inside, or that things are going on in their brain. And so this is a really good book. If you have free time, perhaps after you graduate, it's one for your clinical collection. And the quote also comes from Bessel van der Kolk's work. It's a powerful quote, and I think that it very much illustrates trauma in the body and the mind, and etc. So those are our assignments for the week. As always, please reach out and let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I look forward to reading your biopsychosocial summary drafts and getting those back to you so that we can continue on the process of your final exam project. Thanks. Take care.